Being an adult can be hard, like really, really hard. And it's not just the big stuff like paying bills and thinking about the future. So because even the little moments of adulting call for a mini victory of their own, we're breaking down 17 times you know you've mastered adulting right here on Listed. You made a phone call that you really, really, really didn't want to make. Half of adulthood is making anxiety-inducing phone calls and filling out paperwork, and it always feels easier to put those calls and papers off. Of course, that even leads to even more anxiety. So if you called your doctor, dentist, Amazon customer service, whatever, within 2 weeks of the moment you realized you needed to make said phone call, congratulations, you've adulted. You remembered to bring all the necessary paperwork to the DMV on the first try. This is a big one because not only does it signify a major adulting success, but it saves you time and makes the adulting less painful. Nothing is worse than finally mastering up the mental energy to be an adult and go to a government office only to find out you didn't bring everything you needed and have to go again next week or next month or whenever you recover from the adulting it took to go the first time. You went to Target and you actually only bought what you came for. This is a major groundbreaking success at any age, people. I don't care if you're 16 or 60, it's nearly impossible to set foot in a Target store and not walk out with at least 6 things you didn't need or shouldn't have spent money on. If you manage to make a Target run and walk out of the store with only what you have on your list, you have adulted with the best of them. You wash your dishes, and the same night you got them dirty. It's amazing. You don't have to soak them in the sink for a week if you just wash them right away. Who knew? Did your parents know this? Yeah, of course they did. That's why they made you wash the dishes. As for an adulting bonus, you finally see the value in having children. Free dishwashers. You cooked a meal, like a real meal, one that involves more ingredients than milk and cereal. Bonus points if you also cooked side dishes. Bonus points if you invited other adults over to eat the meal with you. Forever bonus points if you washed those dishes the same night. You got excited about buying something practical now. You know you're really adulting like a pro when you get genuinely excited about buying something that is objectively boring. Example, oh my God, I'm so excited about this new vacuum I got. It has 3 speeds and 6 different extensions. Dust can't hide from me anywhere now. True story. You clean your apartment when there's no one coming over and you have nothing due. If people are coming over, you're just keeping up appearances. If you have something due, you're procrastinating. If you clean your apartment just because you're adulting, congratulations. You buy a vitamin based on its nutritional value and not the fact that it's a gummy bear you don't have to feel guilty about eating. But like, if it has the best nutritional value and it also happens to be a gummy bear, no one could accuse you of not adulting. Just saying. You start working out more and it's genuinely motivated by your health and not about how you look naked. It can also be about how you look naked, but the minute working out starts to be more about making sure you don't have a heart attack when you're 40 than how you'll look in your fringe halter at Coachella, you've crossed the threshold into adulthood in a big way. You buy a piece of furniture that you don't have to assemble yourself. It's a baby step if you just pay for the IKEA guy to come over to your house and put it together for you. If it's furniture that just straight up doesn't need to be assembled, you're probably ready to retire. You're such an adult. Good one. You don't call your mom when faced with a crisis. Whether you Google it, ask another adult friend, or just know what to do, you've reached a major adulting milestone when something big happens and your first call doesn't have to be an ugly cry FaceTime with mom. Someone else calls you during a crisis. If other adults turn to you during their big, scary life moments, you know you're really ahead of the pack when it comes to the adulting game. Drinking socially no longer includes a hangover or any blacked out moments you can't remember. When you and your friends go from binge drinking every weekend to complaining about how more than 1 glass of wine gives you a headache, you're adults for sure. You plan ahead for the most mundane things. When you master adulting, you start to find that you actually have extra batteries, light bulbs, toilet paper in your house on a regular basis. The fewer frantic emergency trips that you have to make to buy overpriced basics at CVS, the more of an adult you are. You floss, and not just for the 2 weeks before you go to the dentist. If you can remember to prioritize your gum health without someone else constantly reminding you, you're probably an adult. And also, gingivitis free, so there's that. You pick your dream car based on practical stuff like gas mileage and trunk size, as opposed to when you were in your teens and early 20s and your dream car was selected based on color and how cool it looked. You cringe when teenagers in movies do stupid, terrible stuff, like you have a hard time watching Mean Girls because you're now legitimately really worried about Katie's parents' fancy African vase during the party scene. So we've concluded our list of 17 times you know you've mastered the art of adulting. How many of these adulting milestones have you reached? Are there others that we totally left out? If so, share them right down in the comment section below.
Click left to see last week's episode where we stuffed our pants with weird things, or click right to see our hidden talents of blowing things through pantyhose.